Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Metaphor Fantazio. Last time, we navigated through the forest path towards the Nord Mines, testing out our seeker powers on the unsuspecting wildlife. Unfortunately, we were being followed by a group of Grand Trad soldiers, maybe searching for deserters, but we don't really know. Anyways, we reached the Nord Mines proper, and that's what we're going to be doing today, going through the Nord Mines. Just as a reminder, talk to merchants like this young peddler here. They have very interesting information and will oftentimes give you some good valuable items. Unfortunately, this is not a great case of that. Healing items are obviously pretty decent, but we're not going to need any of these right now. Let's go ahead and sell all of the remaining loot that we had.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Let's head inside.
Wait a second.
Wait. There's probably a bunch of shady miners in there, right? Will we be safe around them? Again, wording, Galaga. Interesting. Fear not. Most of them are the same miners who worked here before the closure. Besides, it'd be against their best interests to cause a scene and risk the crown theocracy coming down on this place, right?
Then...
Oh, sounds like they won't be a problem then. Are you ready? Let's go.
Let's go.
If our pursuers catch up with us, it'll be a whole mess of trouble that I'd rather not deal with. Let's move with haste. I went back and watched my old footage of the previous episode. Yeah, I think not doing a Grease impression might be the best play. Anyways, the Nord Mines. It's dead quiet. Are you sure there are still people working here? That disquieting stillness you feel. Those are just your instincts alerting you to the bloodthirst in the air. Judging by all the people who were here after us before. And it's likely...
Stop.
Halt, deserters!
Don't you dare.
You're trapped like rats now! Lay down your arms and surrender peacefully. As I thought, we've walked right into an ambush. They've got us at disadvantage, catching us in the narrow bottleneck. We'll need to turn back now. It's no use. The entrance is already barricaded with soldiers. Surrender immediately. You've got nowhere to run, and if you don't comply, then the miners will pay the price for your insolence.
Wait.
This is a misunderstanding. We're not deserters. We were forced to retreat. We had no choice. A human... Oh, yes, we're well aware of your predicament. It's exactly why we can't have any survivors. Our orders are to let no one escape. Well, it appears we've stepped into a whole damned conspiracy. We've no choice. We fight our way through. Here they come. Stop them here and now. All right, let's use our auto-target. Dive right at them. Nice. Two swings, two soldiers down. Awesome. Comes another one. Go ahead and take them down before they can hit back at us. There we go. Grab ourselves a scrap metal. Nice. Thankfully, we are currently playing Final Fantasy 13, going through a straight hallway. Over there, someone's collapsed.
Hey, are you alright?
I told you. I didn't see no deserters. Please. Don't kill me.
The life has gone from his eyes.
What?
Why?
To send a message, boy. Either we give ourselves up, or these innocents pay the price.
But the only one who could know we survived, and the only one who could send soldiers after us. Oh, come on, let's move.
The enemy is too well prepared. What are they gonna do to hunt? Why are they going so far to hunt us down? I don't know. But as you said, I think we might have stepped into a bit of a conspiracy. No items right there. Okay, let's just keep moving then. What?
Wait.
Isn't that? Just as I thought. It all makes sense now. It appears that we are expected.
I knew I'd find you here. You were the only one who never went up to the fort itself, after all. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Who would have thought 3 sorry stragglers would make it past a whole unit of assassins?
Bastard!
You never intended for anyone to survive. You knew the human would be there.
Naturally. You heard the reports. I only put more bait on the hook. I wasn't expecting that damn thing to be rampaging already.
You sent those soldiers to their deaths. Why?
Because the kingdom's guard is powerless before the humans, and only a pile of bodies will prove that to the public.
So someone wants the King's Guard disgraced. And when the people need him most, a savior rises as their shield. Is that your game?
Savior? Speak plain, boy. You think he's one of Luis's men?
A pitiful flock needs its shepherd. If a little blood is what it takes to show them who their real savior is, then that's a price easily paid.
That's why those sons and daughters died. For your savior.
They aren't the first. The soldiers cry for reinforcements, the villagers plead to be spared. But I know better than to confront a human.
A village? You refused. Wait, then you were the one who... 7 years ago, the first Flames Day of June, a village in the northern hills was razed to the ground. A village called Harlia.
Well, yes, that might have been a name.
Then you made a fatal mistake, Klinger. You left one survivor!
Stay back!
Help me!
Ugh. You played right into our hands, you know. This was the only road without checkpoints. A simple deduction.
You're a disgrace to your title. I may not make it out alive, but as for you, you're hopeless!
O thou who art seared with bitterness, O thou anguished traveler, it is time for thou to choose thy path. O lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path, awaken.
What?
What the? Oh, no! I can't fail Lord Luis. Without him, I've got nothing left. You struggle in vain. I won't let you rob me of my glory! This is the way of the real world, little lordling!
You call this real? Leaders abandon their people and the innocent die by their scorn. If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you! My name is Leon Stroll de Haliatus. My home and my family were taken from me. I am the last of my house. I am the last of my noble bloodline. And in the name of my people, I will strike you down where you stand! Come! I will show you a world with honor!
What is this?
Wait, he's got power like yours now? Well, better show him how to use it!
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll not cave to an empty threat like that! This igniter's all I need to turn you to ash! You lot, get to it! Cover me!
So he scampers off to protect himself, and his subordinates get to be his living shields. The man's showing his true colors. I'll fix the filthy coward with the end he deserves.
The igniter's powerful, but it takes care and calculation to wield. If you sense danger, steel your defenses and endure it.
And just like that, Stroll has awakened to the warrior archetype that focuses primarily on dealing slash damage, which is going to be pretty valuable here. As Grace mentioned, Klinger is a pretty potent igniter user, specializing in fire magic, which means we need to keep Will safe. Klinger is also going to be hiding behind his 2 guards, so I think it's best if we take them out first. Diagonal slash, 145 damage, very useful. Let's get Will in the back row here and try to finish off this mage soldier. There we go. Ooh, a crit! Nice! We get to see the extra press turn come in action here. There we go. We want to keep Stroll in the front row, as that'll be the best place for the warrior to deal most of their damage. Let's take care of this mage soldier. Oh no, a miss! Oh, we had so much extra room. It's okay, it's okay. There we go, there's mage fire. Klinger's soldiers will be providing buffs to hit to Klinger. So that's why we're going to want to take care of the soldiers as fast as possible. If we hadn't gotten that miss, we would have had extra time to deal with Klinger. But as we can see on the right side here, on the right side of Captain Klinger's name, you can see attack, defense, and agility. There are 3, those are the 3 main stats you can buff, and we can see 1 arrow on defense. That can go up to 3 arrows, which means your defense gets increased by a lot. We're gonna go ahead and poke at Klinger just to see what we can do. Under 4 damage is not bad. Mage fire. Going on to Will, that makes sense, yep, and of course Klinger will get an extra turn. For most of Klinger's boss fight, for about over half of his HP, he will use single target mage fire. At lower HPs, he will start to try and hit all of us at once. But most of this fight is just going to devolve into just beating the ever-living crap out of him. Mage fire is going to Will, it looks like. Yep. Unfortunately, we didn't dodge that, but it's okay. Honestly, Klinger's damage is not too bad. If you're on a higher difficulty, like hard mode or especially regicide, honestly, I would suggest defending here with Will almost every single turn.
Take this.
Because that fire weakness will either kill him or it'll give him extra turns that you do not want him getting. There we go. Klinger's down. And pretty decent experience. And we got a captain's uniform. Level 6 for Will and level 5 for Stroll. Level 4 for Seeker as well. Let's go ahead and allocate this point into... I think I'm going to give this to... Magic.
Nice. I feel strong.
And there we go. 2 levels up for Stroll means 4 extra points.
Good.
And we also obtained Tarakaja, which will increase one ally's attack for 3 turns on a Seeker, plus a point in endurance.
Impossible!
Never expected a commissioned officer would end up a wild-eyed zealot.
How did I do all that? And without an igniter?
Just like him. Who are you two, really?
I'm Leon Stroll. Just a fallen noble from the countryside. Back there, Klinger mentioned a village that was raised by a human. They sent for help, but he abandoned them. Halia was its name. I'm the son of its lord, and now I know what really happened. We sent our fastest riders, but we were doomed from the start. If Luis was behind it, then that's all I need to know. He's the one who'll answer for it. I have my own reason to fight now. I don't want to be an ally of convenience alone, so once more, please, let me join your cause.
What do you say, Grius?
I say keeping an eye on you was too much trouble in the first place.
So you've no objections? What say you, friend?
We're brothers in arms, my friend.
Brothers in... yes. I'll do my best to deserve that honor. Now, onward.
The proud noble, Stroll. Within him dwells the virtue of the warrior. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
And with a handshake so firm you can see the actual veins, we've obtained a new bond with Leon Stroll. And we've obtained the ability to study the warrior in academia. The warrior is our... I think that's our left shin? That's a pretty important body part, yeah. I feel struck by inspiration. Found a new way to harness his power. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the warrior from Stroll.
Did you feel that just now? What's going on? Does it have something to do with that odd magic? Now that I think about it, once you awakened, isn't it weird that Stroll followed not long after? What does this mean? Huh? Wait, what? Hey, where are we? What just happened?
Surprising indeed. Somehow you find yourself here once more. And a fairy. I thought their kind long extinct. Do they yet take refuge in the Elden Sanctum?
Hey! You gonna talk to me or just at me?
We meet again, my friend. Though admittedly sooner than I'd expected. Remarkably, another has awakened. What miracle is this? Yes, that same power now stirs in your companion. Another of the mighty archetypes. Do you recall our discussion earlier about how archetypes are an original form of magic?
Well, more or less.
Consider this. As an elder, you are an outcast of society, yes? Your very identity is a kind of destiny you may defy but not escape. All mortals suffer under the weight of our burdens. But in facing and embracing that anxiety, you make it your innermost power. You find freedom. And so, the lives of those who overcome their hardships and embody the virtues within are passed down as heroic tales. Your companion, too, had his eyes open to his true path and claimed its virtue. That awakening is your doing now. He awakened to the archetype that protects you.
Hey, hold on a second! Who even are you? How much do you know? I'm warning you, if you mess with him, you're gonna have to go through me!
Ah, you two share quite a deep connection, don't you?
Well, we didn't always, but now we're partners to the end. We're linked down to the depths of our hearts. Right?
Right.
We trust each other. I've got his back and he's got mine. And that's all there is to it.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. Within her dwells the virtue of the mage. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
I don't know what it is, but Gallica increased the size of her hand tenfold, giving us a nice firm handshake.
That's the whole reason I'm here.
And we obtained a new bond with Gallica, and now we can study the mage. The mage is our left elbow. That's a very important body piece. Thank you, Gallica. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the mage from Gallica.
Hey, wasn't that...
Fascinating. Do you understand what just happened? By connecting with others who have found their resolve, you awaken to new strength. And further, you and all your allies may fight with the strength of any archetype in your circle. As an example, your other companion, the fellow with the eye patch, he seems to have some training and knowledge regarding the wielding of an archetype. By his own account, nothing came of it. Yet if you so desire it, you can awaken the true power within him.
What? You mean Grius could use this power too?
The nature of the Seeker. No. Perhaps it is simply your own nature. You truly are remarkable. If you seek answers, then go and claim them. This right here.
What I'm about to show you is a lineage chart of the archetypes I've been researching. That said, there are many I've yet to see, so it's far from complete. Each of you has your own chart. You will use these charts in assigning the archetypes.
Now then.
Firstly, let us consider the one-eyed warrior who yet bears no archetype. Open Grius' lineage chart, please. Yes, if you're wondering, we are literally weaponizing the power of friendship in this game. It is badass. This is the chart that shows the power and connection of the archetypes. You can gain a new archetype by selecting one here and studying its powers. To study, you will need Maglev, the source of all magic. But simply drawing from the magla within yourself will put too heavy a burden on you. What this means is you will need to gather mag from your battles in other sources. Keep that in mind as you travel. Each character can study archetypes obtained throughout the story by selecting the corresponding icon on the tree. Studying archetypes consumes mag, minuscule shards of magma crystals. Once a character has studied an archetype, you can use the main menu to change their channeled archetype at no cost.
That means...
To learn is to change oneself, they say. Here, you may achieve that through the study of the archetypes and their deepest secrets.
Now then.
Now, I'd like you to choose an archetype from among these. So we have 3 archetypes to choose from: the Seeker, the Warrior, and the Mage, which will be what I turn Grius into. Using fire, ice, and electric magic, it excels at hitting enemies' weak points. Couldn't have said it better myself. Of an archetype that focuses primarily on magic, but having a pretty critical weakness to pierce attacks. Hopefully that won't come into play very often.
This right here.
An expert in magical fields of 3 specialties: fire, ice, and electric. Such a broad palette of magical offense can be crucial to exploit enemy weaknesses. Oh, yes, sir. Note, however, that a mage's defense are paltry at best. They cannot endure much harm. They are best kept out of foes' attentions, or the battle will turn dire. They also tend to go through their MP fast, and a mage without MP, well, they're practically dead weight. You'll have to use your magic strategically to succeed. Don't worry, there are ways around that, my friend Moore. There are ways around that. 500 mag is required to channel the mage. This is the archetype you've chosen? Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes, he's earned my trust.
Of course.
So be it. Following you and the young man called Stroll, another worthy wielder of the archetypes just joined your ranks. From this sanctum I shall speak to the heart of the man with the eye patch, Grius. Feel his resolve and let a new soul dwell in his heart. Hear the voices of past hero souls. O worthy heart, who tempers anxiety into strength. If thou art prepared to pursue knowledge that surpasses the natural logic of the world, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the mage.
What did you see?
What is this? Is it truly an archetype? This is the same magic I once strove for. I can't believe it's finally in my grasp. The mage archetype has awakened. You can now change archetypes from the main menu.
I still have much to learn.
Fascinating.
Go and swap him over to the mage. That man with the eye patch should now have awoken to an archetype. Similarly, I can imbue you and that noble youth with a new archetype power. Feel free to experiment now and from here on. Oh boy, will we. Okay, so one thing I want to go ahead and mention is that each character's archetypes, while they are of similar design, the color schemes are actually quite different. You can see that Stroll's Seeker is very yellow, Grius's has this kind of black and gold look, while Will's is pretty white and has a bit of a gold trim as well. Each character, the design is consistent, but there's a different color scheme, and I really like that. But while we're on Will's screen, I think we're going to go ahead and buy the mage for him.
Fascinating. This right here, alright?
I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 mages. This will be pretty valuable. It's pretty much using up all of our mag, but we're going to need it. Go ahead and unlock the mage. Utilizing the mage's weakness properties is pretty valuable. Otherwise, voice crack there. Otherwise, they're not too helpful in combat, but thankfully, I've played this game before. I'll know where they're valuable and where they're not.
Really?
So this is the power of the mage's soul. No matter the magic, I shall see it to its mastery. For all those still suffering in this land.
I found new power.
Go ahead and equip the mage on us. Thank you very much. By talking to more in academia and studying archetypes, you'll be able to unlock and then use new archetypes. You can gain useful strategic knowledge by attending Moore's lectures or by reading books in the surrounding bookshelves. Some functions of the main menu are now available, such as changing your archetype. Archetypes that have been studied in academia can be swapped in town or dungeons at any time. Changing them to suit your needs is a good strategy. You can now check the status of your royal virtues, the qualities necessary in a king from the main menu. You can raise these virtues in many ways.
Right.
That is something we'll be talking about a ways away down the road. Ah yes, I've been meaning to tell you. I was rearranging things the other day and found something that may be useful to you in your journey. I put everything in that box atop the chair. By all means, take it. What he means is this little box right over here, Mysterious Treasure Chest. This is only available to you if you pre-ordered Metaphor Fantazio. So, let's go ahead and take a look-see. 10 hero incenses, 5 heroes fruits, 30,000 reeve, 5 expensive medicines, 5 revival medicines, 3 magical breads, and 2 stale black breads. I will tell you right now that all of these items are not necessary to experience a good early game for Metaphor Fantazio. They are essentially just a nice buffer. And I'll be refraining from overusing those items in the early game so that if you're playing along with me and you didn't have the fortune of pre-ordering the game, you won't feel left out. But there might be some things that I purchase or use that you might not have access to. I'll be sure to make notice of those whenever possible, and we'll be giving you alternatives. Also available in the Academia is this cat right here. Very cute.
That's a good kitty.
That's right. Who's a good kitty? Yes, the game is already 11 out of 10 because you can pet the cat. Don't usually see this kind of cat in the city, huh?
This cat, you
Cute,
see.
isn't he? I named him Plateau. He's the only solace I have as I'm confined here. Looks like Plateau wants to give me something. Hero's Incense. Only one of them this time, but pretty valuable. I obtained a Hero's
That's a
Incense.
good boy.
Oh, it looks like he's taken a shine to you. That's a valuable item, so do hold on to it. That's right there! I'm going to be completely serious right now. That item is super valuable to speedrunners. It is so funny, but petting the cat is incredibly important to a speedrunner of this game. There's a lot of little funny things about speedruns for Metaphor that I will be bringing up, and that's one of them. I think it's really neat. Also, this astroglobe is just so neat. You can see the stars just follow your camera around. It's obviously just a pretty quirky video game trick, but I like it a lot. It makes it seem a little bit more mystical. Anyways, let's go ahead and go over some of the items we got. That's the wrong button. So now we have access to the full menu, which is definitely a marvel in itself. We will be going over a lot of these things on their own time, but for right now, we're going to check out the item and equipment menus. Starting in the equipment menu, we can see, obviously, our equipment, our stat lineup, our archetype levels, and a pretty quick design of them. We go into Will, we can see the weapon, armor, gear, and accessories that we have equipped, plus our archetype. We can swap our archetypes in the equipment menu. It's not incredibly obvious where you can do this, but it is in the equipment menu. I know plenty of people, myself included, that went a long time without actually finding where this menu was. It's right here. So if you want to go to the Seeker, you can go from it in your equipment menu. You can also check out your archetype details in here, as well as equipping your autos. You could auto-equip your strongest gear. That is a feature that I will be refraining from using as much as possible because it's not very great. So yeah, try to equip your own gear when possible. We can go into Stroll's menu, we can go into Grius' menu, pretty valuable stuff. Gallica, unfortunately, while she does have her own menu, we can't really do anything with her. Though I do want to point out that it's really sweet that she gets her own unique gear whenever we're traversing dungeons. That gives her like this helmet and the gauntlets and the boots and the sword. I like that a lot. She doesn't wear that normally. Anyways, let's go into the item menu now. You can see all of our crazy items. Let's take a look at the exclusive stuff that we got. Mainly the stale black bread. Burns to steel grade hardness, a deadly and breadly secret weapon. Reminds me of an episode of Powerpuff Girls where Mojo Jojo uses a baguette to defeat the main villain. I may be remiss in remembering that. It's been like 15 years since I watched Powerpuff Girls, but that's always what I thought of when I see this item. Anyways, deals 300 almighty damage to one enemy. Almighty is essentially an elemental affinity that bypasses all weaknesses. You cannot defend against almighty damage. Very strong. And then there's also this magical bread. Bread that fills the stomach and awakens a mysterious power. All party members gradually recover MP while walking in dungeons for 60 seconds. This is pretty good. I don't think I'll use this all that much, but it's valuable. And then we also got these heroes' incense and fruits. The incense, a rare aromatic wood with a mind-clearing aroma, increases archetype experience by 100. And then the hero's fruit. Fruit seeds of a rare aromatic tree, increases archetype experience by 500. So we only got one incense from Plateau, but I actually am going to use some of these incenses right now, and this will be one of the few times early on where I will be doing this. I want to go ahead and get the mage archetype for both Will and Grius to level 2 immediately.
Good.
This is not necessary at all if you do not have the pre-order bonuses. You'll be getting level 2 pretty naturally. If you want to use your hero's incense from Plateau, I would suggest putting it on Will. That'll put them halfway to level 2 on Mage.
I see.
But I want to go ahead and unlock level 2 so I get access to the Blizz spell, which will do ice damage to enemies. Plus, it'll give us a magic point. So that's pretty useful. But that's about it. Stroll will have to level up his warrior the natural way. Speaking of archetypes, there are plenty of things now available in Academia, now that we can run around, that'll give us a pretty good idea of what we're working with. If you go up the stairs here, or just up this ladder, you can see that libraries focusing on the various archetypes have unlocked, one for the Seeker, for the Mage, and the Warrior. For example, if we were to look at the Seekers, this looks like research documents about the Seeker archetype. In times of yore, there lived heroes who ventured into unknown lands in pursuit of their ideals. Their souls together form the power of the Seeker. This was not just one legendary hero. Across many lands and eras, those intrepid spirits who sought greater heights on the Seeker's path have borne that alias. Among them, the adept who pursues a magical path I dub the Magic Seeker, and the elite who seeks the deepest truths of the soul I dub the Soul Hacker. So the Seeker archetype has a whole sequential lineage. The Seeker archetype does not excel at any one skill, but it bears the specialties of many other heroes, and can perform any task. A jack of all trades is a master of none. Let no Seeker forget this truth.
I see.
I get it, so it's easy to use, but it's not enough to fight alone. I guess fighting with specialized allies might be the thing that draws out its true power. That's actually a pretty good thing to mention, Gallica. As of the time of this video releasing, I will be releasing a sister series that will be updating periodically throughout the release of the Metaphor Fantazio playlist. It will be a playlist that goes over every single archetype lineage in general detail. I won't say it's extreme detail, but it'll at least get you started. It's a good starting point. Today will be the release of the Seeker lineage overview video, so be sure to check that out when you have the time. So, with all of that done and dusted, let's go ahead and exit Academia, as we're not done just yet today.
My young friend, you are truly as remarkable as I first believed. Others fated to awaken to their own power will be naturally drawn to you. To reach the lineage of power's greatest potential, you must acquire more archetypes and bring them together. After all, a hero without allies is nothing more than a lone dissenter. To save the many, you must learn to fight with the power of many. Only a champion of the people may awaken the power of heroes, and with it, seize a future of their own making. When next you come to see me, I hope it shall be of your own volition. Open my book, then let your imagination conjure this place anew, as vividly as you can make it. I'm sure that will be enough to reunite us. As long as you walk your path, I shall faithfully watch over you. May we meet again.
What? Where are we?
You two all right there? Looked as if you were in some kind of trance.
Trance? Wait. Have we been here this whole time?
It was strange. As if I felt something in the air. My senses sharpened near tenfold. It reminded me of my old days studying magic.
What? So that wasn't a dream. Grius, that's probably his power. You studied back at the Sanctum, right? I know you couldn't get the hang of it then, but I think we might have just awakened it.
I told the two about the term archetype and the gist of what I'd learned.
Awakened it? But that... Who are you people? The truth, if you would.
Look, in all honesty, we barely know any more than you do. But the short version is, well, I think you can use that power now.
I think you might be right. The way it feels is... Well, this is magic, eh? I'd all but given up on it, but... Fate had other plans, it seems. Enough. We must move on. There is far to go still. And lad, I follow your lead now, at least when it comes to how we use these skills in battle. We haven't the luxury of time to train with magic.
Same here. You've clearly got a sense for this, and I'd rather make myself useful than muddle your strategies.
You can now give instructions to your allies during battle. During battle, you can also use R3 to engage in auto battle, causing your party to fight according to your tactics settings. Change auto battle tactics during battle, press L1 to access the order view. Outside of battle, find them under tactics in the party section of the main menu. If you're interested in just letting your party members go wild and just act on their own, like Persona 3 or any other game that lets you do that, you can. You don't have to control people directly if you don't want to.
We've 5 days until the funeral. That's precious little time, and we'd best not waste it.
Look!
Look, over there.
What's up?
What's the matter? Moore's right there. Didn't you just listen to my whole lecture about archetypes? Moore? Is that a person? I see no one there. So no one else really sees him. Maybe we're the only ones who can go to that room. Oi! Are you lot alright?
Pardon?
I saw a dead miner and assumed there'd be some accident. Poor choice of words there, buddy. But looking at it now, that isn't the case at all. And are you okay? Aye, I'm still in one piece. I didn't run into any monsters neither.
Is that true?
How did you get in unharmed? I'm certain the entrance and exit were sealed off by soldiers. Soldiers? I didn't see anyone. Only one I saw was that pasty fellow who looked like some kind of general. You mean Klinger? But we left him splayed out over there. Huh? What? He's gone? Stroll, Grius, what were you guys doing?
Damn it.
Damn, we must go after him. It'd be bad for us if he returns with reinforcements. No, leave him be. He has no one else left, I wager. He was bluffing about sealing off the exits. On top of that, he failed to finish us off. He won't be able to return to Luis as anything but a disgrace.
Sure.
You're right. Let's leave him be, for at least for now. It's not like he can go back to the military either, what he said to us. I have no idea what all this is about, but I'm relieved. I was worried everyone would be dead in here. I'm going to be around for a while. If you need anything, you know who to ask. You know who to ask. Thank you very much, English. Very interesting language. The protagonist in Gallica can see more in dungeons or towns. Interact with him to take a moment to read your novel and transport to Academia. Use... Well, I don't know what this would be in other controllers, but for PS5 controllers, it's the big button in the middle that always screams at me with its microphone to see what level other players were at and what party formations they used when they cleared the dungeon you are challenging. A pretty decently valuable feature, but one I will not be making much use of in this playthrough. When selecting information to review, you can also change your party formation to reflect other players, which is also pretty valuable. Thankfully, I have a very strong obsession with this video game, I would say unhealthy to a degree, and I've already planned all that stuff out. Now, I want to go ahead and talk to this young peddler here. These minor blokes and I go way back. I've known them since before the mountain was closed. That's why I can't stand it, one of my mates being dead. Sorry we couldn't help them. It ain't your fault. Mining is dangerous to begin with, and they were doing it illegally. They all knew something like this might happen. And I'm just as guilty for helping them. I suppose things were destined to end this way. I should take the hint and close up shop. Yes, I've decided. If I'm quitting, then I might as well go out with a bang. Even my secret stash is on sale now. Hell yeah. I'm even clearing out my stock of weapons and armor, typically reserved for just my regulars. Help me out and buy all of it, yeah? Sure. So right now, Galango now sells Firmus Ointment and Ice Chunks. These are super valuable. Buy all 5 of these. If you don't have the pre-order money and you don't have enough money, just right now, it's okay. You'll have another chance to buy these Ice Chunks. But please, for your pet, it is so worth it to buy all 5 of these Ice Chunks. Be sure to do that. Okay. Also, the Ice Chunks deal 100 flat damage to one enemy and its ice element. Very useful. He's also now selling the Bronze Machete, Bastard Sword, and the Acacia Rod. We can see on the left side of the name what type of weapon type it is. Each archetype lineage has its own weapon type. But if you are more curious, you can press triangle to see what archetype will be able to wield this weapon. I want to go ahead and buy 2 Acacia Rods. Again, if you do not have the money for this, buy one of these Acacia Rods, and I would suggest putting it on Will. Own Vest, Pilgrim's Cloak. I would say let's buy one of these Pilgrim's Cloaks for Will. And then on the gear category, let's buy one of the bicockets.
Yeah.
Give that to Will. I think we'll hold off for Grius on that. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and sell our 1 scrap metal that we found. Much obliged. You lot take care of yourselves, you hear? Don't be shy about restocking if you're running low on supplies. Thank you very much. Alright, Grius. He didn't have the troops secure the entrance and exit. Thinking about it now, I should have seen right through his bluff. It was my duty to protect you and Gallica. I regret to admit my judgment has dulled, and I failed you both. Don't worry about it, man. Look at you, all full-fledged. I suppose I'm the one being told what to do now when it comes to fighting. Time to rely on that power of yours. I'll leave you to lead the battle. If we can get past this point, we'll soon find the road to Grand Trad. We can't be late for the royal funeral. Let's hurry. Sounds good. Alright, Stroll. Damn it. I can't let Klinger get away. Just be patient for now, Stroll.
Yeah.
You're right. We don't have time for distractions. Above all, the mission is our priority right now. We must reach Grand Trad before the royal funeral. Besides, if Luis is the mastermind behind all this, there's only one thing for me to accomplish.
Definitely.
He must be assassinated. I will do everything I can to make that happen. I'll continue to count on you. Sounds good. That was nearly the end for me.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to get you dragged into all this. Most of the god's soldiers aren't unhinged maniacs, if that helps. Right, considering you're apologizing, I guess you want the bad guys. I can see why Klinger stooped to using hostages as bait. A worthless captain, but he certainly had an eye for new recruits. A surefire tactic against your like. I am heartily ashamed. That aside, you're not passing through these caves, are you? You best turn back if so. Something nasty in the air lately. The gelatinous jiggling around in there, they're not the little jellies anymore. But downright dangerous. Tried chasing them away, but a blade doesn't do much to them. Fire's our best shot, or getting someone with a igniter to blast them. Didn't used to be so many of them around. Now there's so many we might never clear them out. This place is a right monster's den these days. All I'm saying is, it's a long way to the other side of the mountain. No man can get through that unscathed. But the king's funeral is upon us. We haven't the time to look for other routes. Not much else we can do, then. We should at least make sure we can use some magic. Aha! Already one step ahead of you, Gallica. But great, already hearing about dangerous monsters in the caves? I was hoping for a nice stroll. Unintended. Anyways, with all of that now ahead of us, next time on Metaphor di Fantazio, we begin our actual foray into the Nord mines. Getting to use our newfound power as a nice experiment. So, with that said, we'll see you soon.